Episode 267 is here, guy, and it's international. Look at me, guy. No, I'm not in a jail cell. I'm in a cool chair made out of wood. Something my mom probably would have sat in the 70s. Something I don't really want to think about. The 70s were gross. But we're here, guy. We're going to go as long as my arm can hold the camera. We've wrapped the tripod. Yes, I know I need to stop hanging out with Mary Jane and her sister IPA. But we're in our 30s, so we're not, okay? Maybe in our 40s. Probably not. Maybe in our 60s. Probably not. Maybe in our 80s. Yes, my teeth are yellow because I've been brushing my teeth with bamboo. Guy, I don't think I want to leave Mexico. I'm ready to be Mexican. I love it here. It's way better than back home. Apparently there's a cyclone back home. Didn't even know California had those. Thought we just had earthquakes, guy. But the weather is fantastic here. My asshole is sweating a lot. You know the weather is great when your asshole's sweating, you know? No, you know when it's really humid, guy. It's not fat people weather, but I don't care. I'm ready to get tan. I'm ready to lose the weight. And I'm willing to sell fruit on the street, guy. I am fired up and I'm ready to be Mexican. Sign me up. Where's the dotted line? They probably wouldn't even accept me, guy. They would talk to our government and realize, oh God, this guy is a goofball. Don't let him become a citizen. Guy, I realized something. It's weird when a stranger looks into your eyes and goes, you have a beautiful family. Do I know you? What are you staring at? Don't you have a phone, a book, a Kindle? Where's a Kindle? Jenner. You know, it was really odd. We were at the airport coming here, and this person goes, great family. Are you scoping us out for cannibalism? What's going on here, guy? Very creepy. People can be creepy. It doesn't have to be in a sexual way. It could just be in a other creepy way, like a staring. Don't get me started on the Indian men staring at my wife. They love her for some reason. I really don't get it. I don't know if it's her pale skin or her amazing smile, but Indian men are always staring at her. I saw one Indian guy in the airport. He had a boner when she bent over. I said, hey guy, that's not free right there. Let me get $5. It's expensive. Everything's expensive down here, by the way. You know how everything went up with after COVID because people have to make their money back? Well, apparently in Mexico they have to make their money back, and then some. I mean, everything's expensive. That's the problem. You stay in a 5-star resort, they're thinking, oh, this guy must be 5 stars. No, guy, I'm 2.5. Barely, you know. We barely could afford to come here. Look at this. I may look dapper. I put the sunglasses on. People just think I'm rich. What is it with sunglasses and people thinking you're rich? You take these off, you're like, oh, this guy, he may have some money. Maybe his mom signs over some checks to him. But then you put on the sunglasses, you're like, oh my God, that guy's a movie star. He makes a shitload of money. People listen to his podcast. No, guy, it's an illusion. But you put these on when you're fat, you're cool. You take these off, you're not cool. You're just a normal fat guy. You put these on, you're a cool fat guy. And now we're rolling. But I realized something at the airport coming here. In the history of automatic paper towel dispensers, has anyone just used one? You know, you put your hands under and just a little thing comes down. Has anyone just used that little thing? Maybe a small person. Maybe a kid. Maybe Marco Rubio. Small hands. I feel you, Marco. Mine are small. No one has ever used that tiny one. The majority of us, we need at least 4. Hey, paper towel guy. Whoever makes your machines. Georgia Pacific, Kimberly Clark. I don't know any other ones. Let's step it up with the longer towel dispense. All right, guy? We're not Smurfs. I get on the plane, unlimited drinks. Except they only came around once. Don't you love that? You pay extra. Oh yeah, you get limited. And I'm thinking, hey, you know, I'm gonna be like Tom Hanks in the 80s, just goofy, running around, you know, with a bra on my head, drinking, having a good old time. No, one little beer. And here's my dork ass, but I'm not really a dork ass because they didn't really be clear with it. They don't tell you, hey, by the way, you can go on your phone and there's movies on there. So I'm waiting to, you know, hey, what's the movie of the day? Is it Princess Bride, I hope? No. And then I finally realized, after looking at the guy next to me, which, by the way, I'm looking at the guy next to me, I think he's watching porn, but he's watching a rated R movie, okay? Well, some of these rated R movies are pretty graphic. And this guy's got the pad out. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's a legend. This guy's watching Pornhub in business class, you know? But it was just a movie, and then I asked the guy, and then the guy said, oh, you got a beautiful family. I said, oh, great, we're surrounded by creeps. Or the cowboys when you need them. By the way, too, I was sitting next to a couple because I got split up by my family on the plane. And while the guy was watching the movie, I think his girlfriend was jerking him off, you know. Girlfriend, I mean guy with long hair. So many gay people on the plane. I was like, this is bonkers. I didn't know that many gay people went to Mexico. But then I looked it up, Puerto Vallarta, gay hotspot. Yep, I knew my wife came here for a reason. San Francisco, Mexico. That's what it said. And let me tell you, there was so many chihuahuas on the plane, I got a headache from all the barking. Yes, but, you know, it's nice to be next to someone in love, right? I told my wife, you know, I saw a guy jerking off another guy on the plane, and I thought to myself, we need some more intimate time. My wife was like, we need a divorce. I was sitting kind of on the end, I was sitting on the end. So those guys are hooking up. And then on the other side, because I had to look away, you know what I mean? Don't want to be rude. On the other side is a lady. Now, I didn't really look to my right. You know, you could go through the whole day without looking to the right, you know? And for like the longest time, my beer burps, I was blowing them to the right. I wasn't even looking that there was a lady, literally like right here. This is the lady. And probably the fifth burp, I just heard a lady go, oh God. But she didn't say it to my face. She just said it to her husband. And I knew what she was talking about. Guy, you know me, I kept burping and burping. Let me tell you, she was passed out by the time I was done burping. Oof. You don't brush your teeth for 10 years, do OxyContin in 2009, and then chug a beer. It's gonna knock someone out. I also realized something on the plane. I was looking to the it was center right, and I saw a man in the you know the row where they ask you, in case of an emergency, are you willing to help out the other passengers evacuate the plane? People are like, oh yeah, as long as it gets me on the plane quicker, right? This guy in that row, he's gotta be in his mid-40s. He's playing Pokemon. And I'm like, you know, I don't know if I trust him. And then I saw him watching cartoons, and I was looking at the guy. I'm like, does this guy have an issue? This guy's supposed to help us evacuate off the plane, and he likes cartoons, and he plays fucking games? I don't trust this guy. I want to see a guy reading a book, like The Art of War. You know what I mean? I want to see a guy on a laptop with a spreadsheet out, because I know that guy can get shit done. I don't want to see a guy in the closest exit to get out of a metal tube playing cartoons on his phone laughing with his thumb in his mouth. Okay, guy? No mom next to him, by the way. Girlfriend. Huh. Guy watching cartoons playing Pokemon. Got a girlfriend. Are you paying her? Is this a hooker to go? What's the price, guy? Been asking my wife for a threesome. No, I was just blown away. And it's not even being a dork. It's just being like... it's being a dork. I was in the airplane bathroom during turbulence. Pissed all over my new white shoes. Yeah. They went from white to dark yellow. Some guy actually, after I pissed all over my shoes when we got here to Mexico, a guy came up to me. He's like, "Oh, I've never seen that color tone with those New Balances." I'm like, "Oh yeah, Amazon." He's like, "I love Amazon." You ever mention Amazon? People either love it or hate it. If they work there, they hate it. Well, guy, what do you expect? You're fucking making $16 an hour. And then the rich, you talk to someone with money or doesn't work there. I love Amazon. They're great. We got to Mexico, and I knew I was in Mexico when I saw the biggest ass I've ever seen in my life. And what is it with Latina people and the asses? Everyone's got a big ass. The women got big asses. The men got big asses. I even saw a dog with a big ass. I said, what is in the water here? Because I heard it's not good. You know, do I need to start drinking the water to get a big ass? I'm trying to get proportional, guy. Black people got big asses, too. Asian people, small. White people can go either way. I think a mixed white person has got a big ass. But if you see a small ass in a white person, they're in all white, you know? God, KKK, I sound like a guy. Filipinos, God, I know too many about asses. Crack addict. But I love the feeling when you get out of the airport or out of the airplane, and that feeling when you get that breeze that hits you. You're like, oh my God, I'm not in cold Antarctica anymore, aka the Bay Area during the winter. I'm in Mexico. I'm by the equator, you know. Kind of blows me away that you gotta go through the metal detector once you get off the plane. It's like, guy, I went through the metal detector once getting on the plane. You think that'd be good enough? Why do I need to go through it again? You think I got something on the plane? You think I know a pilot? Look at me, guy. I don't know pilots. I know people with boats. So I had to go through the metal detector again. That always takes a while. People are like, oh, yeah, I don't know what to do with my shoes. There's a sign there, guy. There, put your shoes and everything. It's like, it blows me away because I know I'm dumb. I don't read, guy. I watch cartoons and play Pokemon. No, I'm kidding. I don't read. And then there's people that, like, can't read or not paying attention. There's people that can read, but they don't pay attention. I don't know what's worse. You don't read, you pay attention, or you read and don't pay attention. I think paying attention is valuable in life, right? And these people, I don't know what to do with my shoes. Crazy. But, first night, drunk at a show where people draw pictures with sand. That is so cool to be drunk and watch sand creations. I don't know why. It's probably my new thing to do, though. I go on YouTube and I type in people drawing pictures with sand. They got me addicted to watching people draw pictures with sand. It's unbelievable. I'm actually going to quit as a comedian and draw pictures with sand. Not being kidding. Us Americans are so paranoid by germs. I've been realizing that here. Fucking no one uses hand sanitizer except us. You know what I mean? My wife's like, put this on. And I'm like, you know, you touch the wall, put this on, kid. And people are looking at us like crazy. You know what I mean? The Mexican families are like licking their fingers and touching the walls. I saw a German couple put a finger up their butt and smell it and then lick their fingers. People don't care about germs except Americans. We make fucking everything so we make everyone so fucking paranoid, you know? And that probably has to do something with the news. Oh God, we're getting serious in the pod. You know, I think I'm gonna get so tan while I'm here, I'm gonna come back as a black guy. You know, when I get those reparations. I'm poor, you know, it's not, being poor is not funny. Do you know how women store milk in their boobs? Well, I store beer in mine. I don't get people that work out on vacation. Vacation's about drinking, eating God's amount of buffet food, and relaxing. It's not about huffing and puffing on a silly bike that doesn't go anywhere. You know, if people saw you on a stationary bike back in the 1920s, they would think you were crazy. Like, look at that guy, he's on a bicycle that's not going anywhere. You know, it blows me away that people just don't know how to have a good time. I want to come up with a service to help people that are very disciplined and dedicated in life, how to slough off, aka how to be someone that doesn't like to do anything, to party, to relax. That's my next job. I'm quitting comedy and I'm gonna teach people how to put off their obligations. I'm gonna have abs with all the sucking in I've been doing. I've been sucking in so much. It's unbelievable. I go to the beach and I go to the pool and I just put my shoulders back and I put my stomach in. And people are like, oh my God, is that guy a celebrity? That guy is hot. Magic show. So the hotel here is like, oh, you gotta go check out the magic show. It's really cool. Go check out the magic show. So you take this thing called a gondola, right? You're up in the sky. I'm like, I was hanging out with Mary Jane, and you're super high up. I'm like, oh my God, Mary Jane and heights don't go together, okay? I'm like, oh my God, I'm thinking of all the horrible thoughts, like, oh, this thing's gonna crash, we're all gonna die, you know? And I've been watching too much news. So anyways, we go to this magic show, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, there's lights, and it's smoke, and it's crazy. We get there, the craziest part was how many mosquitoes there were, you know? You know what we get to? We get to a lake with, like, you know, an archway, and there's lights and water shooting out, and there's like a little fire. And they're like, oh yeah, come to our magic show. I'm like, hey, do you know what magic is? You know? If I actually showed these people real magic, they would have probably died, the people that run this hotel, because this was not magic. This was like the front of the Bellagio, okay? The magic show here is what they have in front of every hotel in Las Vegas. Water shooting out and fire once in a while. You know? I was like, oh, we definitely didn't get ripped off. How many pesos was that? What's that in dollars? By the way, trying to figure out pesos and dollars when you're drunk is very hard. I'm like, is this correct? They're like, oh yeah, that's correct. I'm like, great, I probably funded a couple of houses while I've been down here. Whatever, give them back to the people. The resort here, this is crazy. The resort here has people with hawks, the birds, fly around looking for rodents. Interesting. I love birds, but I have one, so I'm thinking about stealing a hawk. I'm walking around yesterday, minding my beeswax, and this guy goes, hey you look like a beer guy, which is a polite way of saying you're fat and you look like a loser. You want a beer? And this is how dumb I am. You know, they say they say as a kid, don't take candy from a stranger, but they never say anything about being an adult and not taking a beer from a stranger. I pounded that beer so fast, and then afterwards I went, I could have had poison in it. This guy could have hate bald, fat, white dudes, you know? Who knows? This guy was from Canada. He could have been like, on my trip, I'm gonna kill Fat Whitey, you know. But nothing ever happened. I mean, I did have diarrhea and crawl up on the wall and had my head turn around. My wife had to call a priest, and he had to set a demon out of me. But you know, other than that, it was fine. You know, I put so much sunscreen while I've been here that one of the days a bunch of Mexican people freaked out because they thought I was a ghost. Maybe they just thought I was an angry white guy. I don't know. But my family gives me crap for putting on sunscreen. You put too many on. Oh, really, guy? Who are the burned ones? My wife's like, I got hives. My son's like, I don't know how my face got burnt. Because you don't want to look white. I realized while down here, I'm going to be a plus-size model. Yeah, I've gotten cocky. A lot of old white people here. Apparently young white people can't afford it here. So I'm like the youngest guy here. And let me tell you, when you become old and white and fat, your body goes to hell. There's a couple Europeans here. I had to tell my wife to look away. What is it with Europeans and the swimsuit? I've never seen a European wear board shorts, you know, and these guys are walking around in the short swimsuit and their dicks are always big, right? This guy, his dick, he pushed it sideways, and my wife's like, you know, she's bracing on the table. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen you so happy before. You know, she's telling me not to look at the chicks, and I'm like, don't look at the Europeans, you know. You can tell who's American, who's European, because the Europeans are in shape, and then the Americans, their gut looks like Mount Diablo. It's gigantic, you know. But let me tell you, every time I went to the pool and I had my shirt off, I was making sure I found a seat next to an old fat white dude, just to make myself look a little better. You know what I mean? I want to feel good in life. That's what it's about. You know, I wish. And maybe I can do it when I get back. I think I'm gonna hire an old fat white dude to just walk next to me, just so I look better, you know? Oh, that's why I hang out with dumb people, really dumb people. I hang out with mentally handicapped people, just so I look better, so I look smart. I saw I've seen a bunch of hot chicks in bathing suits. And let me just tell you, that being like a polite married guy, I'm really trying to work on being a good guy. Every time I saw like a butt and like a thong, and I'm like, oh my God. I was like my wife when she saw the European guy. I thought to myself, she poops out of that. Let me tell you, guy, if you're just married and you're trying not to look at any chicks, that helps. If you look at a gorgeous butt, just realize she poops out of that. Diarrhea comes out of that. And let me tell you, it helps. Also, just looking at the ground. The whole time I've been here, I've been looking on the ground. Plus, my wife caught me the first day staring with my mouth open. She's like, God damn it, you brother. I'm like, okay, I gotta cut my eyes out here. This is difficult. You know, it's crazy. You come to a resort and you're like, oh, that's what a thong bathing suit looks like. My son, you know, it's funny with kids. They turn into the biggest sweethearts when you give them something. I bought my son chocolate churro, and he was like holding my hand. He was saying, Daddy, I love you. I'm like, why are you not like this when I'm not buying you sugar? It's crazy. I'm like, hope you don't act like this with drugs in the future. San Francisco would love you. A woman works at a hotel here. And I'm going to drop a name, and it's going to blow you away. Well, first off, let me give you some context. My cat is named Hazy, after my favorite beer. A woman at this hotel, 5-star hotel. This isn't a motel. This isn't a Holiday Inn. It's a 5-star hotel. This woman here, her name is Hazy. My cat, Hazy, is black, all black. Guess what the lady was wearing here? You guessed it, all white. No, I'm kidding, all black. I know, it was like a sign that, hey, your cat misses you. You know what I mean? I was like, holy crap. this is so weird. And I wanted to go up to her and like, did your dad name you Hazy because of his favorite beer? But I don't speak Spanish, guy. Which, by the way, I don't know how people come to Mexico and not speak Spanish. It's very difficult getting around. I couldn't imagine, you know? So, I mean, it's really why I married my wife. She said, I speak Spanish. I said, really? You have a hole I can enter? Yeah. Let's get married. You know what I mean? It's nice having her around because she could speak. It's like having... it's like being a kid again, which I love. You know, remember your mom would order for you and stuff? I was like, you know, hey, order this, order this. I've been feeling like a king, you know what I mean? Kings don't order for themselves. They tell someone to order for them, you know? That's what I've been feeling like. It's amazing. This whole vacation, whole year, you know, I've been feeling like a king. You walk by people and they go like this. I'm like, what am I, on the Star Trek Enterprise? This is amazing. You know, you stay in a hotel. You don't care about leaving the lights on or the fan on or the door open. Unless there's mosquitoes. I'm throwing towels on the ground. I'm blowing my nose and throwing it in the recycling. I mean, I'm living like Prince Harry in the 90s. I mean, it is wonderful to just be wasteful and acting like a prick. Yeah. But after the first day of the maid cleaning our room, and her smelling what I left in the bathroom, they haven't left any more chocolates on the pillow. I've gotten used to the morning diarrhea. Yeah, I like people. Oh my God, I had bad stomach cramps and I pooped a lot in Mexico. Cool, I need a poop. Okay, I got a lot of food in me, so I've been loving that. You know, you're looser. You walk around a little hesitant. You're like, where's the baño? No, but I love the diarrhea in the morning. I haven't been biting my fingernails lately. My fingernails are getting long because I'm afraid of what's underneath them. Let's see here. I can't remember anything. My mind is going blank. Let's see. I talked about that. I don't remember what life was before this vacation. You go on a vacation and you get lost in it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go back to a cold rain where I gotta drive myself. No one is shuttling me around like here. No one's ordering for me. I gotta go back and order for myself. Oh God. You know, I gotta go back to the gym. You know, my wife, she's all about getting excited about doing tasks and oh my God, I can't wait to go back and work and I'm like, what are you crazy? I want to live like this forever. And that's my goal. How can I live like I live at a 5-star resort forever? Or how can I live at a 5-star resort forever? I don't know. I gotta make more money. I gotta quit comedy and just make a shitload of money and just because money's not greed. Money buys you a kingdom, aka 5-star hotel. I'm sure people with money aren't even people, poor people always go like this. Even rich people, it doesn't make them happy, the money. Oh yeah, right, guy. Have you ever seen a rich person sad? Never. They're always smiling. I've never seen a sad person on a yacht. I'm probably, maybe I just do it. I'm gonna live every day like it's vacation. I might become homeless if I do that and divorce, but I think I'm just gonna, I don't think I can. Now I think about it, if I threw my towel on the ground and left the lights on and the fan, oof, I'd get yelled at, tell you that. I walked around in my underwear and sandals and looked in the mirror. Yeah, this is what happens when you've been on vacation too long and when you drink too many margaritas. Drop the kids off. Drop the kids off in the toilet. No, I dropped my son off the other night to my in-laws who are staying a couple hotel rooms down because my wife and I wanted to go on a date night, which is a polite way to say we want to fuck. You know, it's just awkward. They're like, did you guys have a good night? yeah, we fucked and drank. But you can't say that. You say, oh yeah, it was nice. We watched the sunset, went to dinner, and learned that, ostriches are indigenous to this area. Very awkward. Mexico is nicer than San Francisco. Well, I shouldn't say Mexico. Puerto Vallarta, where I'm saying. The downtown, I saw one homeless person, and they shot him in the head. No, I'm kidding. But I only saw like one or two homeless people. I don't know what they do with them here. I was looking at the meat and the taco I was eating down there. I was like, is this I saw like a cigarette with it, and I was like, I think this guy is homeless. They killed him. But no, I'm blown away by how clean the city was, and I'm like, man, why can't we do this in San Francisco? But it's a lot more people, and people don't have machine guns on the street. I think when you have military presence with machine guns, homeless people are like, okay, I'll get a job. Maybe we need to do that. I don't know. But then people are like, oh, this is like Russia. I don't know. You can't do anything because there's always criticism on both sides. That's why I hate talking about solutions and problems and politics and all that, because there's always, no, but you can. It's like, who gives a shit, guy? Let's just watch the world burn. I have this note that I can't figure out. Going pee and heard a scream. If you're going pee, it's very hard to stop. And I heard a scream while I was going pee at the hotel, and I couldn't look until I finished. And thank God it wasn't anything. It was like a kid messing around. Kids will just scream bloody murder for no reason, and it will scare the shit out of adults. Like, are you dying? It sounds like you got your arm chopped up. Oh no, I'm just playing with a frisbee. Then stop screaming. But you can't get mad at them. But I was thinking about that. I'm like, if my family was getting stabbed and I was going pee, I would have to finish going pee before I could help them. It's just, that's biological. I don't know. So, let's see. Oh, well, I'm not leaving. My family is flying out, and I'm gonna stay. So, guys, you'll never see me again, except on the podcast. No, I was watching a movie. You ever see Taken 2? Remember Taken 1 with Liam Neeson? The daughter gets kidnapped and sold into sexual slavery business. I'd love to get into. I'm kidding. And not really. But he saves her. And, happy ending. He's a badass, a lot of action. Well, Taken 2, he's like, hey, I want to take my wife and daughter to Istanbul. I want to take them to Turkey while I'm doing a covert job. Like, hey, you think your daughter got kidnapped already? You killed a bunch of gang members. Do you not think that, hey, maybe people are going to want to kill you, and maybe I shouldn't take them international? And you know what blows me away? The daughter's like, oh, okay, I'll go. How is the daughter not in a closet hiding after something like that, Maybe because she liked it. No, don't say that. So they go to Turkey, and I'm watching this movie like, this is so fucking stupid. They would never, the daughter and the mom would never agree to go to a fucking foreign country with the dad, And they're like, oh, the dad can protect us. Oh, really, guy? Because guess what happens in Taken 2? The mother, the daughter, they get fucked in the ass, and he's got to save them, And then, they came out with a Taken 3, and I'm like, God damn it. You think the daughter and the mom would just, hey, we like it, Dad, but we got to go somewhere else because there's too many Takens around here, God, just, dumb movies, right? But, I loved it here in Mexico, to be honest. It's been real fun. We're in the jungle, guy. I'm gonna take you over to the beach area here. I gotta show you the beach. Oh, almost left my sandals. And then, guess what? I'm coming back, and I got a bunch of shows lined up. Yep, got a bunch of comedy shows lined up. Dates are coming. I haven't got them all yet, but stay tuned. I'll be in Northern California. Actually, Here's one. February 1st, I'll be in Hanford, wherever the fuck that is. I think it's down south. I'll be doing a gig February 1st. It's a Wednesday. But check out my Instagram, _Alex Woody Comedy for, dates, content. I gotta show you guys the beach. Look at this. Unbelievable. Crazy, right? I can't leave this paradise. Oh, and everywhere you go, they play music. You know what I mean? I need that in my life. Well, I guess I can just wear headphones. But, unbelievable scenery over here. Oof. Here's the thing, though. If I move to Mexico, I'm gonna have to live with it to make a skip. I can't afford this all the time. Unless I let my wife marry a rich guy. And I just say, hey, let me live in the guest house. You know, we might have to do that. But this is unbelievable. Look at this. Hang on, I gotta show you guys. You ready? Oh my God, look at it. Wow. Crazy, right? Well, that's been the podcast, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got a giggle. And I'll see you back in America. Adios.